Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Welcome back. Hey, we are back here.
And the crowd goes mild.
Oh, the crowd is going to go wild because I want to tell you that you can actually be a part of our next podcast live taping, which will give you a chance to ask questions and maybe even win a prize from us. To find out when our next event will be, just go to our website, takeanewlistingtoday.com. That's a pretty clever web address there, takeanewlistingtoday.com. And this is the Take a Listing Today podcast. And with us, Lisa Gray, our producer.
I'm here to serve.
All right. Well, I'd like a iced tea.
Yes.
That's a possibility.
But that.
All right. And Todd Robertson over there. I'm Jim Studebaker, and we are looking forward to a great podcast today because we're going to be talking about how to retain your past clients. Let me give you some statistics, if I may. May I, Todd?
Please, I think we should start off with that to set the stage, yes.
Well, first stat. On average, homeowners move every 5 to 7 years. Now, just keep this in your head for a moment. 5 to 7 years, every homeowner on average will move. 90% of consumers say they would reuse their same real estate agent again, but tragically, only 12% actually use the same agent. And that's an NAR study. Why is that? Did you know that acquiring a new client is anywhere from 5 to 25 times more expensive than just retaining a past client? And the final stat, if you were to increase your client retention rate by just 5%, you would increase your profits by 25 to 95%. So the question is, why aren't people keeping in touch with their past clients?
Correct. So if I'm a realtor, I'd like a handful of ways that maybe I could pick 1 or 2 or 3 that fit the best for me, because we see this all over the country. That people, how big's your past client sphere of influence? Oh, I have 2,000. It's too big. It's overwhelming. They do nothing. Or they do have a great tight past clients centers of influence. What do I do? So they get paralyzed. And watch, there's a cost to marketing and there's a cost to not marketing. Some of these things are free, some will cost money, but pick 1 or 2. This is not an option. This has to happen if you are going to dominate and be one of the top 10% in the country.
So, if you want to be one of the top 10%, you came to the right place, because Todd and I are going to share with you some effective strategies so that you can stay present in your past client's life. Are you ready? How about number 1, property updates? Twice a year, send your clients a CMA on their property. It's going to show them that they are always on your mind. I was thinking of that song there for a second.
Right.
And what was that, Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
And
Jim might have been out at the club line dancing last night.
Yeah,
apparently.
you know, a good Willie Nelson song. You can't
go wrong with Willie Nelson, no?
And so you also want to show them that you are continually providing them valuable information. So you're going to stay top of mind with those clients. So when they think, wow, it's time to sell a house, you're going to call.
And what's great about that type of marketing, you're not talking about how wonderful you are, all the great things. You're giving them what's in it for them. Oh, your property. Oh, here's what. It's really great marketing, because if they do have that itch or maybe want to sell, that will get them to start the dialogue.
That's right. So speaking of dialogue, you of course send out just listed and just sold postcards every time you take a listing, every time one of your listing sells. Add to that, in addition to the 100, 200 homeowners around your new listing, add to that your sphere of influence list, so they know that you are continually making sales, doing business in the area.
And I would say highlight that, underline it. Here's the reason why. That right there is not an option. So everybody knows this, right? It's been around forever. I know just listed, just sold. Well, as realtors, we know we get paid for 2 things: prospecting, going on appointments. So there's companies out there, we're one of them. We have an automated just listed, just sold postcard. So I go take a listing, I don't have to go do the busy work. I fill out one form and this company handles it every single time. So get smart if you're going to dominate. And that's one thing that cannot be a maybe.
That's a good point, actually. And that service, MLSmailings.com, actually allows you to upload your sphere of influence list so that every time a just listed or just sold postcard goes out for you, that list of SOI people will also get a copy of that postcard. So, great idea.
You know what I love about this idea is, what all agents are looking for is referrals. But unfortunately, your past client may forget about you when they finally get that question from a family member, from a friend. Hey, do you know anybody who's great at selling homes? Well, guess what? They're getting your just listed, your just sold postcards all the time. Who do you think they're going to think of when they get that spontaneous question at a party or somewhere? Hey, do you know anyone who's great at selling homes? Oh, of course, it's going to come to their mind immediately because they just saw your postcard. This person is actively selling homes, getting new listings and selling those listings. It's going to be right at the forefront of their mind. And I love that.
That's a great way to put it, because there's an old saying that goes in terms of marketing. When you're out marketing, right, it's crazy. Something's going to happen sometimes, but here's the thing. Without marketing, nothing will happen. If you're marketing, guess what? Some things will happen. It's bound to happen. It has to happen.
It has to happen. Here's another great idea to do some marketing. Host an annual party or an annual event. Bring clients together for a party such as a wine tasting or a brunch or a holiday-themed party just for your exclusive clients. Show them that you appreciate them. And you know what? Maybe do it a couple times a year. Doesn't have to be annual, I suppose. Newsletters. That's a great way to stay in touch. Our wonderful sponsor, ProspectsPLUS.com, has a monthly newsletter campaign that you can send out your sphere of influence, a newsletter. It is 8.5 by 11, just like this, postcard style, so it's not going to get missed, and it has just some great fun facts and things for your name, face, occupation to stay in front of your clients.
And a newsletter is wonderful because think about this. You and I, those of you watching or listening right now, the same thing happens to both of us. You go to your mailbox, and the truth is your competition is showing up either small or not at all. So these things are not an option that we're going through. I mean, as we're going through these, it's like underline every single one and go implement them. We want you to win in a big way.
Winning in a big way. What does everybody want on their birthday? A card in the mail, right?
Recognition, correct.
Why not send a birthday greeting to everybody that you've done business with in the past? We mentioned on our podcast last week that a great way to have a reason to call somebody is say, hey, when is your birthday? In case you didn't get that when you were working with them. Now you can send them a birthday greeting. Maybe handwrite it so it looks personal. You can go down to the Walmart or someplace and get a big package of it.
Right.
And so you have them on hand and write it out by hand.
Now, in terms of birthday greetings, I'm a realtor listening or watching right now. Without asking everybody, I can go get that data, correct?
That's true. That's true. ProspectsPLUS.com offers a service where if you give us a list of names and addresses, that we can match up birthdays for you, the month and the year of the birthday. And that's a great way to get, if you have a really large list, get it all filled out automatically.
That's insane. People are going to love it. We have the list there. So the technology is there for you if you want to implement some of this.
And speaking of technology, if you're just so busy, which hopefully you are, Prospects Plus also will send out birthday cards for you, a little postcard birthday card. A lot of people do that and they love it. So there's another idea. How about magnets? Do people still use magnets? Yes, of course they do. Magnetic calendars or magnetic NFL football schedules. Send either one of those out to your clients, or maybe that's a reason to stop by their house and just say hi, give them one of these things. It's not going to end up in the trash. They're going to think too much of it. It's going to end up on the refrigerator where they see it at least 2 or 3 times a day. If you have a little obsession with food, maybe 6 or 7 times a day. I don't know.
Exactly. Watch. And nothing's going to work all the time, but all of it is going to work some of the time. So you've got to sprinkle yourself so these people see you in different ways. So you're just not out there calling for business. You're hitting them different directions.
What about holiday postcards? There's got to be a holiday for every day of the year, it seems like. But the major ones you can send out a postcard for. Conveniently, those are also on ProspectsPlus.com. And every holiday that's coming up, it's listed right there. You can order it up, have it sent out. It gets done, so you don't forget it. How about stopping by with a nice gift? Do it at a holiday or some other celebrated time of the year. Hand out a nice gift. It gives you a reason to stop by the house and say hi.
And to that point, I know personally, and some of our Market Dominator members do that to their past client centers of influence. If they have a down day, nothing going on, they'll be like, okay, boom, gift mode. What's a gift? Okay, here's my 30-mile radius. And they'll just go randomly go visit. It makes them feel good. It makes the clients feel good. And they leave. They don't ask for anything, but their mind share equals market share.
Exactly. You're giving.
Correct.
So now they're going to feel like they should give you something like maybe a referral or maybe their business when they're ready to buy or sell a new house.
The law of reciprocity kicks in.
Exactly. How about a home maintenance reminder when it is time to change your smoke detector battery or time to set your clocks forwards or backwards?
I need that kind of reminder.
Right, exactly. That's why you're late for these meetings, right?
Right.
By the way, that was like 4 months ago. It's time to change your clock.
Oh, right. Oh, time change. Okay,
right,
thank
exactly.
you. Yeah.
So
Just leave it because it's going to be November soon.
exactly.
Oh,
We have a call.
Oh, we got a caller coming in.
That happened.
Pick up line 2.
Who has a cell phone that sounds like an old phone from 1950? I'm not sure about that. Right. So send out those reminders. Team up with local businesses. Send out a discounted offer on behalf of a local business that your client can take advantage of.
And I like that, and here's why. And if you're going to pick a local business, pick one where first of all, they have a lot of regulars, and pick one where people have to wait. So let's say it's an upscale restaurant. Mm-hmm. That's a great one to piggyback with because not only, let's say Lisa owns the upscale restaurant. Well, she wants to market. I piggyback with her. She's got a lot of regulars. And then we're piggybacking together. And what topic comes up at a restaurant? Real estate, right? Oh, I'm advertising with Todd. And so piggyback with somebody, a business where people have to wait because you could spread your marketing around there. They're on your team.
Well, this next one, mail a garden. At first I thought like you're going to mail them a bag of dirt or something, but no. Lisa, can you explain this one?
Oh, sure. So you could send out a mailer or drop that. This was a great little treat to drop off as well. So you have a couple gardening tips. Maybe they're on a postcard, or if you're dropping it off, you've got them printed up on a 8x11 paper, and then you've got a couple seed packets in with that. This would be a great thing to do late spring. Everybody's excited about the weather getting nice again, and you drop this in the mail, you drop it off in person, and it's another thing to give, another nice thing to give, and another reason to get in front of them.
So probably, guys, people like you and I that don't know much about gardening, we should probably not implement that one because imagine we dropped it off. Oh, can you help us set it up? Oh, it's structured in the bag. Gotta go visit Mrs. Smith.
Next flight down the road. Yeah, gotta go. Sorry.
That's great,
point,
though.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know you could do a garden like that. That's beautiful.
How about free reports? That's less likely to be screwed up somehow. Give a free report with information such as, this is a great topic, how to chop 4 years and $24,000 off your mortgage. I don't know who wouldn't want to do that.
And with Prospects Plus and with some of our products, and Market Dominator especially, so we have a ton of free reports. All the content's done for you. Imagine dropping by, when we already have this, all you have to do is print this. It's not going to cost you anything. Makes you look great. It's going to help that consumer if they implement what's on there. There's great magic in that. Here you are is giving, you're educating, you're helping, boom. So you become the obvious choice.
This is a great idea that your client should take you out for a nice steak dinner for. FHA mortgage clients. Most clients, if they don't put down, I believe it's 20%, they have to have mortgage insurance. Well, create a file and send out reminders to your FHA mortgage clients when it's time to refinance and get rid of that mortgage insurance payment. That could be $100 to $400 a month that you're going to save that client. I guarantee you they'll love you if you tell them to go do that and save that much money.
And people get so busy, it's not on their radar. They don't put in the calendar, oh, my equity hit here, I need to do this. So exactly, people get busy.
And it's easy to figure out. They have equity calendars online. Look one up. Easy to do, super easy. How about some local tips, like a website page that offers insider news and highlights of local restaurants, events, and entertainment, and then send your SOI list a monthly email highlighting what's happening in our area. And what about Instagram stories and Facebook for a giveaway? You can make it a little bit fun, like we've done here on the Take a Listing Today podcast. Make your clients aware to follow you on social media so they can participate in these ongoing giveaways and offer giveaways of some type of value to new homeowners.
And a lot of our great clients with Prospects Plus have been doing that for a while, and that has yielded great results because they've sort of become friends. You know, you list their house and you stay in touch, and then the closing, you're bonding a little bit more. And so they are on social media, and then they see you posting other listings, great video walkthroughs, you're doing great things. Going, wow, that really was a great agent.
And now you're doing fun contests and giveaways, and now people just go away with a great feeling. And you can be assured that when it's time to buy or sell a house or ask for a referral, those people are going to ask.
Correct. You're not that high pressure person that you saw in the movies back in the 80s, right?
That's right. Lisa, anything to add?
No, this is wonderful. I think these are all great. I know we talked a little bit about social media. This is just another thing to remind people. You can send a birthday card in the mail, but it's a wonderful thing if you're following your clients on social media when it's their birthday to do a little shout out. Everybody likes those on their pages. Also, your clients are always posting important events on their social media. So if you see that their son graduated, something like that, wouldn't you love to be able to make a nice comment regarding that and congratulate them, or maybe even get on the phone? It's a great reason for a phone call then.
Right.
All right.
Very nice.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for today's podcast on how to retain your past clients.
Go out and implement 2 or 3 of these strategies so you can come back that evening and take a listing that day.
Can we say you'd be a head of lettuce if you didn't follow some of these tips?
Thank you.
To retain your clients.
Correct.
Okay.
Call in next week. We're giving some stuff away. We look forward to seeing you on our podcast next week.
And our Take a Listing Today podcast is brought to you by Prospects Plus, offering a multitude of marketing products that will ensure your success. Visit them at ProspectsPLUS.com. Be sure to like this podcast and subscribe to our podcast channel. We'll see you next week.
Have an outstanding week.